Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy. My name is Kirsten. I have another Trump reading for you guys, Trump related. This is focused on Tom Arnold's new involvement in the diabolical that we call a Trump presidency, and his interaction with Cohen and how Trump feels about that. So please hit the like button before I get started. It's free. It helps grow the channel. If 1,000 of you watch the video, 1,000 of you can hit the like button. So please do that for me. I'd really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who's contributed and donated to Soulight Hypnotherapy. If you didn't receive a thank you note from me, it's because your email address bounced back. So thank you so much for your generosity. It's much appreciated and valued. If you'd like to donate to Soulight, there's a button on the home page. Please make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and share my videos. Please help me to grow my channel. Okay, let's get started. My questions to the cards were: Tom Arnold, does he really have an inside track with Cohen, or is he just, a whack job? What are his true motives for coming out, and does he really have information or recordings on Trump and Trump's deplorable behavior or crimes? Does he truly have an inside track with Michael Cohen, and does he know what Cohen's feeling and what his intentions are about flipping on Trump? Is that for real? So those are my questions, and Cohen's line is here. I'm sorry, Tom Arnold's line is here. This links him to Cohen. Cohen is in the center. This kind of tells me what Cohen's thinking or feeling. And then this is Trump's emotions, and then Trump's actions here, right? So let's just jump in. I'm using the Wheel of the Year Tarot deck along with the 12 Chairs Tarot, and it's just really the same cards. I first dealt the 12 Chairs, and then I wanted to, because I get inspired by the images from, I first dealt the Wheel of the Year, and because I get inspired by 12 Chairs, I wanted to just look at the cards and use them both to help me intuit the reading, okay? Because I want to just intuit the reading and not so much just read what the cards mean. So the first card out for Tom Arnold is the Tower. So the Tower tells me that Arnold really wants Trump out of the White House, and he feels that he can blow the roof off the joint with information that he has, or information that Cohen has, and it's partly for shock value to get people to pay attention to his upcoming show, and everyone is paying attention. Everybody is paying attention. But his message feels a bit scattered to me, like the way these birds are just kind of flying out crazy. I feel like Tom Arnold is kind of scattered in the way he is presenting himself. But he really wants to get Trump out of office. He really doesn't like Trump being our president. And, agreed. With the connecting card, well, I'll get back to this. Well, I'll say it now. He feels that Cohen is definitely fading in morale, and very disappointed in the way things are going. And I think that Cohen is also proving to be a bit of a backslider. I think that they did kind of want to do this together, and I think Cohen is backing down. Maybe even thinking about terminating the project with Arnold. possibility. I'm going to stay with Arnold all the way down. So now I have the Justice card that came out for Arnold. Both cards are the Justice. So I feel like here Arnold wants to balance some scales. Maybe he's wanting some kind of revenge against Trump. I also feel he has a strong desire to speak out he wants justice for all, and I feel like he's angry, and he has a platform and a pulpit, and he wants to speak his piece and say what he has to say about what's going on with our country. And I feel like he does feel like he has a higher purpose to speak out for our country and for our democracy. I feel he thinks he's standing for truth, and he wants to tell the truth, or the truth that he has available to him. But again, balance is needed. So I think that there's some sort of balancing that's going to be reckoning coming towards Arnold. It could be a legal summons, or legal issues that are going to perhaps make him have to be more cautious of what he's saying and what he's revealing. So he may be having to deal with Mueller or investigators soon, or he could be receiving some kind of legal summons, court summons, or cease and desist or something like that, you know. I don't think he would have come out if the TV show didn't have it already cleared. But I think there may be some kind of legal issues coming up, because I feel with the Devil card here below, that I've got the Devil in both decks, that they're going to try to like legally tie and bind him from expressing himself. Or the information on Trump's sordidness, or sordid affairs or activities that has been recorded, and that Tom Arnold has some kind of access to, or someone that he knows has access to, Cohen, or even this could be talking about Mark Burnett. I don't know, this could be a Capricorn, I don't know what sign, or Gemini, that's Trump. I don't know what sign Mark Burnett is, maybe he's a Capricorn. But it could be referring to, I feel like strongly it is referring to Burnett. The Devil talks about being trapped and bound, so like I said, he may be under some kind of legal this is present, near future, farther future. So a legal summons may be binding him in the future from speaking out or releasing any tapes that he has, or recordings at this time. Could also be talking about a lawyer, a ruthless lawyer, Giuliani, I'm thinking, may start spewing all kinds of hatred and stuff about Tom Arnold's past, about his addictions, substance abuse, or even sexual addictions, or even maybe even some kind of perversity. They're going to dirty you up, Tom, if you're listening, to shut you up and make you seem insincere or crazy. So I do feel like with the clarifier cards that I got, the Lover and the Reunion reversed, and Amore, because I kind of pulled a few, that, and being next, hopefully you can see, being next to the King of Pentacles, who can be a lawyer, could be a wealthy man, a wealthy businessman, an executive, also the president. So this could stand for Cohen, this could stand for Trump, this could stand for Burnett. As a clarifier, and that sits next to the Devil and this card, hopefully you guys can see, I do feel like there is some kind of, since this is Cohen's line, some kind of separation or breakup in the friendship, separating in the friendship between Cohen and Arnold in the farther future, as a result of Arnold speaking out about their meeting or their relationship. I feel like Arnold will be, I mean, this is kind of already happening, but maybe it's going to happen some more. I feel like Arnold is going to be very surprised by, well, actually this card's better illustrates, very surprised, boom, by the way that Cohen backs down so quickly, or pulls back or retracts from Arnold's revelation. And I think this will cause Arnold to begin to waver as the dirty publicity about him rises as a result of Trump's, Trump or Giuliani talking about him. I think that Arnold may begin to waver. I hope that he doesn't. But he may begin to waver as people's confidence in his mental stability shifts, or, he starts to feel the brunt of that. And like I said, he may get a summons to court soon that will bind him from releasing any sullied information, sordid information about Trump in the near future. Okay? So, and I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm trying to do this really quick. Next we have Cohen's line. We have the Five of Pentacles in both cards. This one is definitely someone being left out in the cold and in the rain, and that's how he feels. The card next to him is the bully card, the Trump card. His good friend has left him out in the cold to pay the bill. So Cohen is broke and alone, and he's basically up shit creek. He's ready to spill it all, and he's disappointed because there's, the rain is seeping in. He's very disappointed in his good friend, who doesn't want to, who's stingy and miserly and doesn't want to help him pay his bills or help him out. And everyone seems to want something. There's a lot of pressure. Everyone wants something from Cohen right now. Everyone wants something from him. As I go down to the center cards, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Both decks, Nine of Pentacles. And the Journey card is a clarifier for the Nine of Pentacles. Inconsistency is kind of how he's reacting to Arnold's I guess, I don't know what I want to say, pulpit announcement or whatever, his press, maybe Arnold's going to have some kind of, his interviews or whatever. And then this one is Trump's reaction to all of this, right? So we try and keep it all straight. Never fails. Someone's alarm goes off every day at this time. So the Nine of Pentacles is a money card. It's usually a card where, you're receiving some kind of financial gain, right? So he was hoping to receive some financial gain. I do think that someone is slipping him some money. But I feel like it's unreliable and it's not enough with inconsistency. Cohen feels very doubtful about how he's going to be able to afford all of his legal bills going forward. And this card tells me that he's getting ready to, and he's getting prepared to do something about a situation very soon. And it's causing him to be very tense and anxious, a nervous feeling, pit in his stomach, right? He's really, kind of scared and intimidated, even though you would never know it. Because when the cameras are on, he's got a smile on his face, but in reality, he's really quite depressed. And I feel like Arnold shares this energy of doubt and intimidation, right? Because of legal pressure coming down on him from Trump's side to stop talking, and also to reveal his darkness to the world. But I guess what we already don't, anything that we don't know already, there's some kind of threat and intimidation that both men share, right? Both Arnold and Cohen. But as I said, there's a journey that Cohen is getting ready to take. There's a journey that Cohen is getting ready to take. And once he goes down this road, I don't believe there's any coming back from it. I feel like the cards are saying there's some kind of witness protection in his future, or prison. Because to me, this is solitary protection or confinement. Again, I'm just intuiting the pictures on the cards to tell you the story. So, definitely, if he's not going into witness protection, he could be moving location. He's going to be moving soon. He's not going to be living where he's at. He's going to be changing locations. But I think it's witness protection. I could be wrong. Could be just a move. And like I said, there's depression, but you'll never see it when the cameras are on. He smiles. He tries to put on a good face. And then I do feel like he is working with Tom Arnold. I do feel like they do have an association, although he's trying not to show that, right? Because their backs are to one another, but they're in the same garden, right? So I feel like that it is an honesty coming from Tom Arnold. I do feel he is being sincere, even though I think his message is a bit scattered. So, now, going into the further future, I'm not quite sure how to read these cards. We've got the King of Pentacles. Again, I'm just telling you that I used both decks for the King of Pentacles. This one doesn't really tell me much other than he's got money. He cares about his reputation. He's a businessman. He's got a lot of money, and he cares about his reputation. So I'm thinking that the inclination that I had that this was Mark Burnett is strong here. But then I think this one is also saying, because if you notice very closely, the man who's indulging in his pleasures and indulging in his comforts, the big greedy, the King of Pentacles isn't usually a bad guy. He's a pretty upright guy, and this card can stand for a benefactor, a wealthy businessman, a lawyer who's on your side, someone who gives you good advice, good financial advice, a man who's good with money. But, in tarot, we read what's associated with the cards. The cards next to it can have an impact on the meaning of a card. So, I feel like this is a ruthless businessman who does care about his reputation. And he has some recordings on Trump, because you guys know that whenever in my readings, pentacles stand for proof and evidence. But I feel like Mark Burnett is not going to release what he has on Trump. But there may be some pressure and it may tarnish his reputation. Not may, I think it will. This ugliness that he has recorded when Trump did the Celebrity Apprentice, right? So, let me just get back to my notes because I want to stay on track, because otherwise I get sidetracked if I just go rogue. But I feel like this King of Pentacles can be representing Cohen. It could be representing a lawyer, a wealthy businessman, perhaps Mark Burnett. I do feel it is Mark Burnett as well, and Trump. So this King of Pentacles can provide security and support. Usually when he shows up in this position, he's bringing money in, right? You're going to be experiencing some financial support coming in, or protection. And as I say that, I look at the witness here, someone who's witnessing the man who's indulging in his pleasures. And then the witness protection I was talking about, because he provides protection, witness protection. So that's just why and someone who's taking a journey, and this is Cohen's line. So I do feel like he's maybe going into some kind of witness protection soon. Right? And again, it also is telling me that Mark Burnett was a witness to Trump's indulgences, and as a clarifier, I got the Satan card. The peacock, when it's reversed, is literally Satan or the devil. When it's upright, it could be God, divine protection. It would be the pardon. And for Trump, if he wanted to use it to shield someone, the reverse, he's not going to use the pardon. So this is in Cohen's line. So let me just stay on track, though. I'm jumping the gun. If this is Mark Burnett, then he definitely has recordings. He was witness to the depravity of Trump on set of the Celebrity Apprentice, and also to his elitism. This is a card of elitism. It's also a card of white supremacy and prejudice. So the saying of the N-word on Celebrity Apprentice set, he has those recordings. I feel like this is going to become a bigger issue. People are going to want to hear these recordings, to witness the actual proof of it, and to hear it with their own ears. But I feel like it's going to tarnish. He cares about his reputation, but I still feel like he is going to prevent the tapes from coming out, or he's not going to release them to Arnold or to Cohen, unless he's forced to by the law, which he may, because we have the Justice card not too far away, right? In the meantime, I think he's going to hold on to it. Burnett is, even if it tarnishes his rep, which it will. Trust me, my dear, it will. So this is really, really ugly. This could be something beautiful, but this is extremely ugly when it's reversed. There's no apologies. Mark Burnett makes no apologies for what he's doing, for holding on to the info. And Trump will make no apologies for saying what he said or doing what he's done on the set. Now, I'm not only talking about the N-word, but also any of his sexual perverse actions on the set as well. So, wow. So that's going to become more pertinent in the news, this issue, in the near future, around the whole Cohen issue. I don't know why it's in Cohen's line, but it is. There is going to be some pressure. He's going to start feeling the pressure of, you know, how this looks. This looks really bad for both men. both Burnett and Trump. But I still don't feel, I feel like they're both elitist, and neither one will apologize for their actions. I don't see the pardon happening for Cohen. At the most, someone might slip him some money to help him out, but I don't see any pardon coming his way. With La Donna de Servio, the servant, reversed. This is Trump's reaction. I'm jumping the gun. Let me go up to Trump's line, okay? So we know that Trump, the big bully, is not going to, even though he has the money, he's not going to help out Cohen. This is Trump walking away from Cohen, and Cohen is very sad and depressed and disappointed. His good friend is leaving him behind. This is Trump on a train, skipping town. If he could, he would do that. And he's leaving Cohen with the bill. So that's what you get. No honor amongst thieves. Speaking of thieves, we've got the in my 12 Chairs deck. This always reminds me of the mob boss of the Soprano guy. You know how they run the waste companies? The mob runs the waste companies like a shelter company for what they're really doing. So this is the mob boss, right? The emperor, the king. This is Trump's cards in his line. So when Cohen starts cooperating, because this is when he goes into the protection, when Cohen starts cooperating, it's going to really piss Trump off. The angry woman card, she's pissed either way. There's no appeasing her. He'll literally be insane with anger, furious. But I see him sitting back, though, and waiting for the right time to take action, perhaps on the advice of one of his fat, greedy, wealthy, corrupt friends, Hannity, Giuliani, Bannon even. Could be any of them. They all look the same, right? So they could be advising him not to react, but I think that he will react. Although maybe this is someone who rules, who has ultimate power. He's not going. I don't think he's going to do the pardon for him, though. If anything, the witness protection is probably necessary. I've noticed that when I read with these cards and I see the big Russian writing, that it's screaming Russia, 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 Russian mob, Russian mob. So there might be a hit out on Cohen. So he's going to have to go into protection. Am I saying too much? I don't know. It's just for entertainment purposes only. I am just intuiting the cards and the pictures, guys. What do I know? Consolation surprise reverse is someone is marked. It also tells me that Trump is feeling very angry, as this card is stated as well. Very angry, very disappointed, and he feels hard done by his good friend. And he realizes that what this card is telling me, he also realizes that he didn't handle Cohen properly. And I don't know what that means, you know? He didn't handle Cohen properly, and now someone has to suffer the consequences. I say in my mob voice, someone's going to have to suffer the consequences. I can't help but notice the angry woman again and the female colleague in the Celebrity Apprentice line. So some woman is going to come out, and she may provide additional testimony, witness testimony. This angry woman could be Stormy, or it could be some other woman, maybe who's associated with this celebrity apprentice. She's going to provide witness testimony to the ugliness of Trump's foul behavior, the N-word, the sexual advances, all of that. Wow. So she's going to be coming out and telling her story as a witness to it all, even if Mark Burnett doesn't release the tapes. Trump's side will be, it could be Trump as well, sullying her reputation, and she didn't win. She got an axe to grind, and also sullying the reputation of Cohen. He's a bad lawyer. He was an inefficient lawyer, saying all kinds of nasty things. And all of this is going to be really bad publicity for Trump's reputation and for Mark Burnett's reputation. And but wow, I'm really rooting for that. I'm really rooting for whoever this is. I hope that she does come out and tell the truth. This is going to really weigh Trump down with the Ten of Wands. Stress him out to the max. The guy's got so much that he's struggling with already. And this might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. He may be headed for his breakdown. I feel like he's saying to himself, how much farther can I go with this? How much longer can I keep going? How far can I take it? And it could also be that he's just pushing the limits of power. And I think he really wants he really would like to use that pardon, but I think that his advisors have told him that it won't do any good. So I'm going to leave the reading there, and you guys let me know what you think. It's just for entertainment purposes only, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Please leave your comments. Please like, subscribe. If you'd like to donate, remember on the home page you can find that button. And thank you so much for tuning in. Blessings to you all.